Hi, it's Emily. Thanks for stopping by to check out my video. The JDRF Walk to Cure Diabetes is coming up soon, and I just wanted to tell you. This is a picture of me that was taken on my 8th birthday. A few weeks after this picture was taken, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. A few weeks after that, my walk team, Emily's Eagles, was formed, and we walked in our very first JDRF walk. Emily's Eagles have walked every year since I was diagnosed. Together, we've raised more than $18,000 for type 1 diabetes research. This year, I wanted to make a walk video to show you how having type 1 diabetes really works and why it's so important to walk. I've had diabetes for 5 years now, and this is what I want you to know about it. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. For some reason, doctors don't know why, my pancreas stopped producing insulin, and it will never produce insulin again until there's a cure. I will never outgrow this disease. One thing that doctors do know is that it's not my fault. Nothing I did caused my diabetes. Okay, so you know how I told you before that my body doesn't make insulin anymore? Well, that means that I need to inject my insulin because you need insulin to survive. And before I inject my insulin, I have to test my blood sugar, and the object is to keep my blood sugar as close to a normal number as possible without going too high or too low, which can both be dangerous. Here are some of the supplies I need to keep me going. And these too. The one thing I'm really glad that I have is my pump. My pump makes it possible for me to inject my insulin without getting shots. If I didn't have this pump, I would have to get 7 or 8 shots a day. Right now, I have my pump site on my arm. Sometimes I put it on my stomach, my hip, or my leg. I change my pump site every 2 to 3 days, and this is a new one, and I'm going to show you how I insert one. And my insulin. Okay, so I filled a new cartridge of insulin, and I'm putting some sticky stuff to help my site stay on my leg. I'm putting that on. And now I'm gonna get my new site ready. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it on my leg. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. 234. And ta-da! Open your eyes. Okay, so now my pump has a new cartridge of insulin in it, which is right here, through this. And then I will show you how it works. And when I want to give myself insulin, I just press the button and tell it how much I want to give myself. And right now it's 1 unit. And then you press OK. And you press OK again. And then it's going through this tube. And it goes under my skin to my site that I put on. And that's how my pump works. Okay, so this is what my site looks like under my skin. There's a plastic tube that's ends right here, and that's all that's under my skin basically, so it's not that deep into my skin, and that's where the insulin comes out of. A normal day for me with diabetes is like this. I wake up and I test my blood sugar, I count my carbs for breakfast, I bolus, which means setting my pump to inject my insulin, and then I do the same thing at lunch, and the same thing for snack, and the same thing for dinner, and then the same for my bedtime snack. Now it's my mom's turn. She tests my blood sugar in the middle of the night to make sure I have a safe blood sugar while sleeping. If I'm too low, she gives me some juice, and if I'm too high, she gives me extra insulin. Then I do it all over again in the morning. I think you've gotten a pretty good idea of what a normal day is like for me. There are some times when my blood sugar goes low and I feel shaky and weak, and I have to drink juice right away to bring my blood sugar up. If I'm too high, that doesn't feel good either, and I have to give myself extra insulin to bring my blood sugar down. But I try not to let diabetes get in the way. I can pretty much do any activity or eat any food that I would have before I got diabetes, and I just have to be really careful about managing my blood sugar all day, every day, so that way I'll stay healthy. However, I'd really like a cure, and that's why we walk.